Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Kia Simone. I missed y'all. It's been a few days. I had a lot going on. I burned my hand and all kind of stuff, y'all. And so we got to get caught up on Love and Marriage DC, where Erana is 2 seconds from ending up in the dollar paper. Let us pray. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you're not already. Let's jump right on in, because it looks like that's exactly what Erana is doing, jumping right on in Wynter's face. So let's start right there. So the episode kicks off in the middle of this fight with Erana and Wynter, and Erana asking Wynter if she thinks she's mentally fucked up from her last relationship. Wynter said, no, not at all. Do you think you mentally fucked up from yours? Since we check in mental health? Erana said, no, I don't have any problems. What you mean? Are you serious? You girl. She said, what do you mean you don't have any problems when you said you have infidelity issues just like I've had infidelity issues? And Erana says, my infidelity issues weren't anything like yours. My husband never had a baby with another woman. Wynter said, we're not going there. That's what we're not going to do. You're not going to throw my stuff up in an effort to defend yours. Well, I'm just saying that we're nothing alike. We're nothing alike. We don't have the same kind of issues. And Erana essentially starts to lose it when Wynter said, listen, infidelity is infidelity. You had issues in your marriage just like I had issues in mine. Erana starts pointing and growling and standing up and, I never caught my husband with no bitch. Well, what in Rick James hell is your problem? Erana, listen, at this point, you have told this group and the world that your husband does not answer the phone and tells you that he fell asleep at red lights and stop signs. Honey, you, he, me, we don't believe that you don't have problems and he is faithful. For me, I feel like at this point, Erana is not even having a conversation with Wynter. She's not confronting Wynter. She is confronting Wynter, challenging her image of perfection, because she has lived this lie so long that she's in this perfect marriage, and as long as the image looks good, the marriage can be bad. And Wynter threatens the credibility of the image. Erana's anger is misdirected. So Wynter finally answers her question and says, listen, I've been to a therapist. Have you? Because this is the pot calling the kettle black. Your crazy is unleashed right now, honey. You need to talk to somebody while you questioning people's mental states. And when Wynter got absolutely tired of Erana jumping up and down and swinging her finger in her face and screaming and carrying on, she got up and left. So we move on to see the whole gang get together at Jamie's CIAA event. And it starts out with Quick and Jamie talking trash to each other about competing with their events, but Quick said Jamie is not someone he even considers competition. All his events are sold out, so put some respect on his name, okay? Then Monique and Chris arrive, and they're using the occasion to celebrate Monique's new job and that Chris survived daddy daycare. After they arrive, Tasha arrives, Monique's former stylist. She comes in, sister is fly, okay? Fly, representing Fly Girl's big hair and Miss Wynter in her absence. Yeah. So when she comes in, Monique starts telling her, oh girl, last time I saw you, I was just coming back from Africa. You had missed everything. Girl, let me tell you what happened. She said, yeah, Wynter already kind of caught me up. I know what's going on. Monique in the confessional is saying, I don't care. Wynter can go around telling her story to whoever she wants to, but the way that she delivered the story to me was not how it happened. And then Monique says, and I don't appreciate the position she put me in. I feel like Monique went and started more drama than was necessary. It was not necessary to run back to them and say, oh girl, she called your husband this and she called your husband that, especially when you didn't correct her in the moment. You laughed with her in the moment to go and throw her under the bus later. So all this, I don't appreciate the position she put me in. You put yourself in that position because you were willing to sacrifice her to get closer to the other ladies. Tasha explains to Monique that where she thinks the misunderstanding happened was in Wynter's delivery about the event. Well, Erana is not here for the defense of Wynter. So since the whole gang is present, she decides to tell Quick the nickname that was made up for him. Quick is quite unbothered. But see, let me tell you something. Turnabout is fair play, okay? Because now that you done made Ashley tell her husband what he was being called, Ashley said, are you going to tell Jamie the name she made up for him? Erana says, oh, she called Jamie Red Light Special. Now everybody wants to know, why is Jamie called Red Light Special? See, this is why you got to think things through sometimes. When you go to tell somebody else's business, you might mess around and tell your own. So as they're discussing the nicknames, and Monique is basically covering her own behind, but y'all see why I thought y'all was fighting real hard after she came up with those nicknames and stuff. And Chris in the back, why they call them Red Light Special? I still want to know. Tasha says, listen, at the end of the day, because you and Wynter are real friends, you should take a step back and check on her. Erana jumps in to say, yeah, you do need to check her, because she gonna tell me something about y'all done been friends for 15 years, so she can tell you anything she wants to tell you. Tasha said, hold on, no. We're gonna hooked on phonics this the right way. I didn't say check her, I said check on her. There's a difference. So Erana brings up that when she and Wynter went to lunch the other day, she asked her, are you mentally okay? And Tasha said, no, that's shady. You don't ask nobody nothing like that. And Erana is screaming about, no, it ain't. It's not shady. And I don't think Erana is screaming like angry screaming. She's just loud like that. So as they're yelling back and forth, Jamie steps in to shut the conversation down. But he does so by trying to overtalk them initially. And when Erana keeps talking, he goes to grab her by the face to tell her to be quiet. And you see everybody just kind of looking like, the hell? She kind of jumps back from him initially. She looks at him for a second and they start going back and forth. She kind of plays it down and asks him to walk away. And he's saying, no, this conversation is over. And he starts saying that the conversation needs to be shut down because we're here to have a good time. We're not here for this. We're not talking about her. No, we're not talking about that red light special. That's what we're not talking about. The red alarms have gone off. The red flags are flying. There are flags on the play everywhere. So yeah, that's why he's all upset, because that's what we're not going to talk about. Ashley and Quick are discussing how they view this interaction going down. And Ashley is saying Jamie can be aggressive. Quick, as a man, understands why he's shutting the conversation down. And I get it. Nobody wants to delve in that kind of drama and mess, especially when you're supposed to be having a party, especially when people got alcohol on deck. And as soon as somebody say the wrong thing about your man or your relationship and the wrong memory come up, y'all might be brawling in the street like some fools, and we hope not. I get that nobody wants the drama, but it's not what you do, it's how you do it. So it's not that you want to end this conversation. It's that you want to end this conversation by grabbing her by the face and checking her like you're her parent and she's an unruly child. So they move on to party the night away, and following the party, Monique goes to visit Wynter to address the issues going on with Wynter and the group of ladies. The first thing that they discuss is that Monique has told the ladies about Wynter's nicknames for their husbands. Monique starts, I would like to submit to you that I did tell the ladies about the nicknames. Wynter said, oh, I know. I done damn near got my ass whooped over brunch because you done gone told them some shit. I said just talking shit between me and you, but go ahead. And Monique starts explaining that, you know what, I told the ladies because I don't like when people make up nicknames about my husband. I've been through that before. I don't like how it feels. And so, especially if we're not like cool like that, if we're not close, I don't like when people make up nicknames about my husband. And so I felt like I had to let them know. Well, why didn't you let her know that in the moment? Why did you sit there and laugh and kiki with her only to turn around and go throw her under the bus? Why didn't you say to her in that moment, now you know you don't know them like that. You know that's below the belt. That's too much. That's too far. That's too low. I don't play that about my husband, so I'm not even going to sit here and laugh and kiki and act like that's all right for you to talk about their husbands. We can drag them and their wigs and everything else, but we ain't going to talk about their husbands. Why you ain't said nothing along those lines. So you're not going to lead me believe that you were just so convicted that you had to go and tell these ladies, she said this about your husband, she said that about your husband. No, you messy. And you were willing to sacrifice the one friend to gain the two. Even if she became convicted after the fact, why didn't you go back to her and say, listen, that wasn't right? I just want to establish a boundary that we can't talk about each other's husbands because I know how that feels. I would never want that kind of issue between these ladies. So let's not do that. Why would you not go back to her and tell her that it's not okay rather than go to the other ladies and cause confusion? I just have 1,000 questions. So Wynter tells Monique, well, since you started your he said, she said train, it came slamming through my station. Yeah, Miss Erana was throwing her finger and my ex-husband's side baby in my face. And Monique is just in shock and absolutely not. Erana, what did you do? What happened? What happened leading up to this? Because Erana, girl, went to say nothing happened except me trying to defend myself and say that I never said anything about her husband. Basically, I made fun of what she said about her husband, but I didn't say anything, start anything, spread anything about her husband. And she just lost it. And Monique is just in utter disbelief. You can tell she really thinks that Wynter provoked Erana. Wynter says, maybe I'll start wearing a body cam since you just seem to always be so shocked by their behavior. But let your friends know that it's not cool to be throwing my ex-husband's side baby in my face, because that is a situation that devastated my family and devastated my children. And Wynter actually breaks down explaining how much this affected her family and how affected she is by this. And Monique starts dabbing tears that are not there and trying to look sad and concerned. Monique says to Wynter, I didn't know that your pain was basically this palpable. And if I didn't know, I know the other women didn't know because we've never seen you this vulnerable. Every time you're talking about it, you're laughing and smiling and you seem like you're over it and you're okay. So I didn't know it was this deep and current of an issue. And Wynter said to Monique, well, I don't know those women to be vulnerable with them. And then Monique makes a comment to Wynter about everybody having to own their jabs. And that even though the comments you made about the nicknames may not have been intended to be jabs, they were. Just like the things that she were saying to you were jabs. So everybody has to take accountability for their stuff. No, girl, you can save this whole play Iana bullshit. You need to take ownership of your stuff. You ran back and forth carrying a basket full of bullshit, starting shit. You did that. So you need to take ownership for the confusion that you caused. Moving on. So we move on to Jamie and Erana's house where they are meeting with Terry, the intuitive healer, again to see if they can tame this dog Jamie's got. Well, the lady gets there and she sits down and starts talking to them and she says, how can I help you? Well, Erana starts explaining the last time that we got together, you told me about my perfection issues and I know that I need to work on that. She said, yes, that starts now, because you still doing it. As she's recapping this to the lady, Jamie pipes up and cuts her off to say, let me tell you why you're here, because you beating around the bush. So let me just get to it. Hold on, player. You got somewhere to go? Basically, he don't want to hear nothing about you. This ain't got nothing to do with you. Get to me, get this over with, and let's get on through. Jamie is a Neanderthal. I can't. So the reader is looking at them like, I don't know what in the CDV hell I'm witnessing, but this here ain't healthy. And she tells them, listen, this is off-putting to people. Anybody who is sitting, looking at y'all from the outside, looking in, would look at you and think, yeah, they're struggling. Something's not right there. There's something going on. She tells Erana that she tends to cover up a lot of emotions. And even in talking to her in that moment, she said, you're coming across fake. I'm not trying to be mean or rude, but that's just what I'm getting from you. I'm getting fake. You are trying to present an image of something that's not there. You want people to see one thing, but what is there is another thing. Whew, child, these people got some deep problems. So the healer takes a moment to read Jamie's energy further. And she says that she gets an image of Jamie's father, and that Jamie's father was this really kind of strict, robotic kind of individual that raised him. And Jamie goes in explaining that he was raised by his very stern father from the age of 8 on, when his parents split up, until he moved in with Erana. Now, I don't know if that's just a choice of words or if he means that literally, but that is kind of a red flag for me. If he went from his father's home to Erana, and it wasn't so much that he created a home for them, but that he moved into something she had already had established, that might explain some of his issues and resentment. But Jamie defends the way his father raised him and says that, basically he grew up at the height of the crack era in Baltimore, and that he doesn't think he would have made it and become the man that he is had it not been for having the type of father that he had. And that can all be well and good, but you also need to acknowledge what issues you have from your upbringing and address those issues. As he's speaking to the reader about his upbringing, she picks up on a rage in his spirit against nurturing feminine energy. He has some sort of mommy issues. Let me tell you something. A man with unresolved mommy issues is a lot to deal with. She points out to him how funny it is that he has this absolute disdain and despair when it comes to feminine, motherly type of energy. And he married this woman who, as she put it, is a divine goddess of feminine energy. Like, she is everything that is feminine and nurturing, and you hate her. So that leads her to her next question, which is, do you really love her? And we do not get to see that answer. I'm going to tell you, he's going to say yes. And he's probably going to think he means it. But I don't think Jamie understands what love is enough to be able to definitively say, I love her. I don't think he's been introduced to love, to understand love, to have self-love, or to give love. So we move on to see Chris and Monique taking some sort of couples sensual stretching class that was absolutely cringy and uncomfortable, that I did fast forward through. Yes, I did. Because ew. But at the end of their stretch session, they sit down and have a conversation. And they talk about the fact that Monique is constantly bashing Chris to all her friends. And he lets her know that I don't think that's cool. Like, she literally starts the conversation saying, hey, yeah, I was complaining to my girlfriends about you again. Girl, what? Girl, what? Like, first of all, it's a poor frog that can't praise her own pond. Why would you be out just disparaging your husband's name to anybody who would listen? Number one. numbered. You would expect him to protect your crown when he's out and about. You wouldn't expect him to be in the street dragging your name. So why wouldn't you protect his? Chris tells her, I do a lot to be a good husband. And I feel like you harp on what you feel like you're not getting, and you make me look bad to other people, and it's not cool. I don't like it. And Monique says, it's never her intent to make him look bad. And she does tell people that he's a great father and provider and, a good husband, but they just have no connection, basically. She wants Chris to start pursuing his passion, find what his passion is, aka get a job. I'm just tired of you being at home, always in the house with me. Every time I see me, I see you, and I'm real tired of you. So could you please hurry up and get a job? So we move on and we see Chris, Quick, and Jamie get together at Bar 1, which is a new bar that has been recently opened in the area by former Real husband of Atlanta, Peter Thomas. So we see him in the scene talking to the guys for a moment, and they swap him out for Kevin, Wynter's ex, who comes in like he's coming to court. I don't know what conversation Monique had with this man, but this binder that he showed up with was absolutely dead wrong and unnecessary. Child, I don't know how Wynter married this damn Sid the Swindler here. Just this man here. So Quick gives Kevin the background that they were given on the situation with him and Wynter. And yeah, basically, bruh, she told us she was a scammer. You scammed her left and right. So what happened? Like, what really happened between y'all? And Kevin starts pleading his case. First of all, I'm still wearing my ring. I'm still married. As far as I'm concerned, she's still my wife. Secondly, Exhibit A. And here comes this damn binder. This man starts pulling out all kinds of stuff. He done printed out an ebook about, this is the book Wynter wrote about our 15-month love affair and how we were just so in love and we were traveling and going to all these beautiful places and doing all these beautiful things. And she wrote a book about it. What in reading rainbow hell does that have to do with you being a scammer? So Jamie asked him, well, let me ask you, do you still want her? Kevin said, well, I'll put it to you like this. She's made it clear that she doesn't want me. Oh, she done called the law on your ass a time or two. You done gone knocking on that damn door trying to beg, and the law been in the yard behind you before you knew it. That's, yeah, she done made it clear she don't want you. Now, Quick and Jamie with they crazy asses in the confessional about, yeah, I think the man presented a good case. I believe him. Yeah, Wynter's the problem. Y'all just as king of the hill dumb. Y'all would believe this nutty ass man flipping through this binder full of documents that he spent all week at the library printing. This man is nutty. I don't care what nobody says. Quick finally at the end, after he's presented his entire case, Quick asked him, well, why does Wynter feel like you scammed her? This man said, I can't speak to that. I can only speak to the facts. Motherfucker. What? What you did was you went into this lady's life, you love bombed her, you pretended to be somebody you weren't, you scammed your company in order to scam her, and now you mad that she don't want to go along with the scam and is out here telling folk that you was a scammer. So you running around here like backpack with your damn binder, presenting your case like your damn name is Matlock. Please, sir, I'm gonna need you to go to hell. So the episode comes to an end with the couples getting together at Chris and Monique's house to head out to their second home for this couples retreat. Well, Jamie and Erana arrive first, and they come in dressed like Bumpy Johnson and wife with all their damn furs and things. And Monique said, y'all do know we just going to my house in the woods. Why y'all in here dressed like mahogany? Erana said, this is just what we do. This is our casual wear, dear. So then Ashley and Quick arrive, and after they get there, Monique decides to spring on them that, yeah, I invited Wynter. And I invited Wynter because the sex therapist that I invited was someone that I was referred to by her. So I didn't feel right inviting the lady that she introduced me to without inviting her. And everybody is visibly disappointed. And Ashley wants to know why the hell is she coming? Because she ain't a couple. Well, Chris lets us know there's a fix for that. I invited Kevin. And we see that next week, Kevin is going to be brought in to ambush her like an episode of Maury Damn Povich. And she's screaming and running off stage. It's going to be a mess. We'll get into it next week. That's it. That's all. I ain't got no more. Thank you so much for listening and letting me get it off my chest. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. And in the meantime, until next time, I love you, mean it. Bye.